Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pre-Market Live Show. Today is Wednesday, January 28th, the end of January here. And let's see what the market looks like. Oh, well, that's what the market looks like anyway. So there you go. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. And let's see what's going on this morning. What's popping up? This one is GDAI, or no, it's GOAI. I thought that was a D. GOAI. So anything with an AI at the end is just running right now. That's the trend. And mRNO, that started running yesterday in the after hours. And AIMD right there running up as well. So keep an eye on that one. It was bouncing around, came way down after a big run up, couldn't run up again. This one don't look too bad. LRN and KUST ran up, but did pull back there, and HYPD. So there's a couple that are running for you this morning. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going on with our SPY. It is up this morning, and our Qs. Remember, we have FOMC rate decision day. Our Qs are up pretty good right there. Look at that. That's up pretty nice. And then obviously, I would say that we're not going to have a rate cut, no change for this month. So today, I doubt we're going to see a change. And then again, we may have a government shutdown here on Saturday. So that's interesting in itself. So 76% right there. So we got to keep an eye on that. And let's see what the IWM is doing this morning as well. That's up $1.32. That looks like it's going to roll off the MACD. Not looking so bad right there. So let's go ahead and see what's going on with our big caps, Mag 7 and all them guys. They were looking good this morning. Gold's looking pretty good. That's jumping up pretty big. Whoa, look at that big bounce. That's a nice one. So keep an eye on that. Again, just be careful that they're going to top out up here. Silver, same situation. So if you're in them, lock in those profits that they jumped up right there. So there you go. We were talking about gold and all them yesterday, and they were looking pretty good. But again, you got to be careful with them all the way up here. That's for sure. So here we go. Let's look at Apple, and that is up a hair right there, hitting that 20. I sold my options yesterday. I told you I had a couple left, and I'll probably that doesn't look too bad going into the earnings. I was going to keep a few going in for tomorrow. I doubt I'm going to keep it for tomorrow, but I was just going to see if it had a little bit of spike. I figured it could have a little dip down right here, but then try to spike up again going into the earnings. So I did sell the majority of them and locked in those profits, and that's exactly what the game plan is for us. And Amazon hitting a little resistance right there, and we'll see if it can buck right through it and get cruising. If it can, it will run. Google's looking good. It's really getting set up here, so you might want to keep an eye on that. And then your Meta right here had run up. They have earnings coming up today, as a matter of fact. So there's your Meta, and we will be keeping an eye on that one. So we do have some big earnings coming up today as well. You have Microsoft right here, and their earnings are today. So there you go, Microsoft. So yeah, a lot of good stuff right here. And then the other one today is going to be your Tesla. So that their earnings are today. Apple's are tomorrow. So we're kicking off the mega caps and all that good stuff right there. Mag 7, Nvidia right here looking pretty good. Nvidia looks like it wants to run, guys. So keep an eye on that one right there. And let's take a look and see what AMC and GameStop are doing. AMC just kind of hanging out there. GameStop just hanging out as well. That could pull back a little bit after that nice little run up right there. So just beware of that. And then your Chewy just hanging out. Unity has been dipping down. It's going up a little bit this morning. Nothing real crazy right there. Netflix has been just hanging out down here, guys. I guess they're waiting for this Warner Brothers deal to go through, and it's not doing anything. Paramount still just in a bearish trend. Look at that. That thing's dipping down right there. So they're not looking great, that's for sure. And then your AVGO, let's look at our semiconductors, because this looks like it wanted to run. MU was going ballistic. Look at that thing. Holy cow, MU. Wild right there with MU. TSM, that one's jumping up pretty big. That wants to run as well. SMCI right here, not looking too bad, I must say. That looks like it's curling up, looking pretty good. That wants to run. And AMD is up this morning. I saw that, and it looks like it wants to curl back up into the top a little bit at the moment. And then your QCOM dipping down. Snow is going up, and it still is. So there you go with that. And then PayPal didn't look that great, and it's still dipping down there. Your Intel is trying to rebound right there. Look at that. Intel, nice rebound. And then Dell right here, I think, is setting up. It just had a nice dip yesterday. I think Dell gets ripping too, guys. So keep an eye on that one. And then your IBM right here is trying to get set up as well. And then Palantir and Sophie. Palantir is down. Sophie is up a little bit, but nothing crazy. That's just kind of staying right there. Matter and Riot, these guys were looking good. Here you go. They are up. Clean Spark as well. CLSK, and it is up a little bit. And Strategy right here, MSTR, MicroStrategy, now just Strategy, and that is up $1.56. Nothing crazy. His earnings are coming up in February 5th, so we'll keep an eye on that. But let's look at crypto in a minute and see what that's doing. As a matter of fact, yeah, we'll look at Robinhood, Coinbase real quick. Let's see what that's up to. Robinhood up a little bit, has good support underneath. Could be a little bottom right here. And Coinbase, same situation. So maybe we do see them get running. And there's Webull. Let's take a look at crypto. It looks like it's green. Bitcoin's at 89,893. So it's trying to push back to 90. Ethereum's back over 3,000, 3,030. Solana 127. Ripple at 193. Cardano at 36. And Solana at 127 and 193 for Ripple. So there you go. According to the stock cube there. And here we are. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, it looks pretty good curling up, I would say. Ethereum had already looked really good last night. That was already kind of making that curl up. So you could tell most of them would, even though they follow Bitcoin, but that was curling. And then Ripple looking pretty good right there. Solana as well. So all of them curling up right now, looking a lot better. And we'll see if it can actually regain back over this over here and get back into this bullish trend. And I drew the lines the other day. They were just it was a terrible draw. Anyway, there you go. And I did not see the information. I didn't get the chance to see it. Our laptop travel. I'll look at it as soon as we hop off, though. Yeah, did you guys see? We were sitting there talking last night about Omar, whatever the heck her name is, and then some dude like attacked her. I guess probably why we were talking about it. It seems like I don't know what time that was, but yeah, some guy. And we want to talk about a weird attack. I mean, I don't think anybody should attack anybody, so I'm not thinking that's a good idea. And what he did was very strange. He like had a syringe with some kind of liquid and shot it at her. I mean, that's a bizarre thing to do. So anyway, I don't know what was in it. I don't know if anybody knows what was in it yet, but that is really weird to do something like that. So yeah, I definitely don't think that's a good idea. Don't go attacking people. Again, just leave people alone. That's all you need to do. And the government will take care of her. She's up to mad fraudulent stuff. We were talking about it last night. Her wine company made $5 million. They don't even have a bottle of wine. So you tell me. There's wine companies that produce millions of bottles of wines. They ain't making that kind of money. So, and in 1 year. So there you are. So let them have at it. And hopefully she gets deported. Anyway, let's go back to our list right here and see what's going on. And that was crypto looking pretty good. But yeah, that was a bizarre attack right there, I must say. And he was shown on camera as being intoxicated and drinking in the room prior to her appearance. Wow, that's pretty wild. And maybe she misunderstood and thought they were selling wine. He said, that's too funny. That's hilarious. He looked all whacked out too, that dude. He was a little weird, but whatever. That was crazy. It was just bizarre that we were talking about her and then she got attacked like that. Like I literally got off the live show last night and looked, and I was like, holy cow, that's bizarre. We were just doing a rant about her, how terrible a person she is. But again, I don't think she should be getting attacked by anybody. So they can just deport her and get her back out of this country. She don't belong here. Anyway, let's go, let alone being a politician. But DJT right here dipping down. It's a little flat, actually. It could curl up. I'd have to look at it today. Space right here, I'm telling you, is getting set up. Watch for any dip opportunities on this bad boy. It's going to run Boeing up there. Had run up yesterday, hit that resistance, and then came right back down. It's in the top, and that's why I'm saying be careful with Boeing up there. I wouldn't be chasing that one either, to be honest with you. And like I said, DJT, I'd have to look at it. Let's see what Nike's doing right here. That's up 2 cents. That took a nice little dip yesterday. McDonald's is ripping, and it's pulling back now today. So had a couple of good days of going up right there. And Disney just hanging on for dear life right there, Luis Rodriguez. I mean, it's trying to set up bullish, and it does have good support. It's just pulling back a little bit for whatever reason. And then your Oxy right here is just kind of hanging out, and ExxonMobil down a little bit, but these guys have been running up massively. And CVX right here, that's Chevron, and they look like they're trying to get in the top. I wouldn't doubt if they try to, if they don't, but there you go with them. Let's see what's going on with some of these guys that were running yesterday, like ONDS and these things. They're popping up a little bit right here. Galaxy will probably look good. Bitcoin running. It's hitting some resistance, though, so you got to keep an eye on that. ASTS looking pretty good after yesterday and wants to go up a little bit more. And what about UMAC up a tiny bit right there as well? So we'll be keeping an eye on these. Redwire was looking really good yesterday. It's still up to this morning right there, so that's a good one. Rocket Lab was rebounding yesterday as well, and that got back into a bullish spot. I thought this was going to continue to dip down. Look at that trend line, and that's a bullish trend line right there for Rocket Lab. So you know that's going to continue to go up now. And nuclear right here, not looking bad. SMR, that wasn't looking too bad last night. And Oklo, so you can keep an eye on these. Look at OKLO. That's running this morning right there. EOSE had been dipping down. It's up a little bit. It was hitting that 50 area, so we'll see if it wants to stay on there. Iron was running up yesterday, looking pretty good this morning, still up right there. And CRML, critical metals down. And what is that USAR up to? That is also down a little bit there this morning. How about your 4Us right now? Is up right now. Energy fuels looking pretty good. And let's see, what is UNH doing? They're trying to rebound a little bit after getting smoked yesterday. I mean, that thing got smashed. And let's see, MP right there. That is looking not too bad right there. That could try to curl off the MACD, and I'd have to look at that today to see how it wants to set up, but that's what that market looks like. And let's see what you guys want to see. Marvell is propping up here in the pre-market, Luis Rodriguez. Let's see what your Marvell is doing. MRVL right here. You're right. That thing is running up a little bit more, so there you go. I will be talking to Joe Exotic, the Tiger King, tonight around 9:30. So we'll do our live show normal time, like 8 o'clock. I'll probably hop off by 9:15, and then you do have an interview, Air CEO, at 9 today. Oh, okay. So you're doing an interview at 9 today. There you go. Laptop travel. So yeah, Tiger King, Joe Exotic, I'll be talking to tonight at 9:30, and I'll record that and then put that out there. So there you are, and we'll still do our live show before that. And Marvell between 3:38 p.m. and 3:40 yesterday, right before the close, a single entity likely bought 2,000 contracts at 100-hour calls in blocks of 500. Wow, that's pretty massive right there, I must say. So somebody knows something about MRVL, and it is looking pretty good right there, I must say. And let's see what else is going on. Let's see. They spent over $530,000 in 2 minutes. Who was that? I'm not even sure who that was. And anyway, we were talking about Omar getting attacked. We were talking about her last night, and it was right after we hopped off. I saw it. It was kind of bizarre. They spent over $530,000 in 2 minutes on them contracts. Yeah, I bet they did. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of contracts. So I can only imagine that they did. So yeah, that's like over $500,000 right there in 2 minutes, guys, and a lot of contracts. So keep your eye on this MRVL. It's obviously looking good. You know what else we'll go through the rest of them that were looking good. Let me see what else you guys are looking at. And too many insiders pre-trading Lunar. Let's look at Lunar and see what that's up to this morning. And that's not looking too bad, trying to rebound back up. It is trying to curl. What did I just do? That is trying to curl back up, as you can see. We'll see if it actually does. And they do have this good resistance up here, so maybe they just try to run back up and touch right there. And TSM is up $8. It was. Yeah, that one's ripping. It looks really good this morning. UUU looking pretty good right there. and trying to cruise up. WRN, Western Copper, this one, WRN. That one could continue to cruise up right there. Copper looking pretty good. COPX is another copper one, up a little bit this morning right there. And ERO is another copper one. Euro Copper Corp up in the top right there. And let's see what SCCO is up to. That's Southern Copper Corporation. And so there you are. We have our north and our south, right? Is that what that was? What was ERO? What did that? Oh, Eero. Then I think there was, I don't know, SSO, Southern Copper, and FCX right here. We had Western. That's what we had. We had Western, and then we had Southern. Never mind. And there you go. I knew there was another one that had a geography thing on it. Anyway, FCX right here, but they are looking pretty good. I must say, copper jumped up clearly and is not looking too bad. And NAC, I was talking about this NAC the other day. I mentioned it on the old small cap show right there. And there you go, running up a little bit right now. So there you go with that one. And that core weave one, that one's been looking really good. You're not kidding, Luis Rodriguez. This one jumping up. Look at that. Core weave probably looking really good this morning too, and that is CWVX, something like that. CVWX, I forget what the hell it is. CRWV, something like this. Core weave, here we go. And yeah, look at that bad boy jumping up. So that was looking good yesterday. As a matter of fact, and Marvell, probably a government person, yeah, with them big calls. Sounds like Marvell calls are in order, Sam. I think so. Good morning, Cadence. How are you? And today, yeah, I would say we're going to be keeping an eye on them. How about that, Sam? Because that sounds pretty crazy. If people are spending that kind of money, you got to follow the money sometimes and know that they have some kind of they know something going on. Let's put it that way. So you're talking 100-hour contracts right there. I'm not sure what month is it. This month, or did they go out? I'm not sure. What did you say they were? I forget what you said. Did you even say? Oh, March. So they were in March. March 20th, right here. 100-hour contracts right there. Look at that. Whoa, look at that. 100-hour contracts. Look at that. 10,570. Look at the 85-hour contract. So somebody thinks that by March, this thing's going to get rocking and rolling. And it could be a lot sooner, again, because you play them and try to give yourself a little extra time, obviously, and then you can sell them and lock in those profits. So interesting right there. Luis Rodriguez, Sam, and everybody else. PDYN, let's see what that's up to this morning. Paladine AI, and there you go. Another one with AI in its name. I mean, they're just all running. MU's a monster this morning, running up there big. Like I said, gold was running up pretty big this morning as well. Silver right there is up a little bit, but gold looking real good. We were talking about gold yesterday. I was saying it looked good last night and in the Discord yesterday. ARM right here, it is looking pretty strong, Luis Rodriguez. That could get strong again. And how are you? Mike Cavanaugh there. Good morning to you. And CoreWeave's going to do well here in 2026. It does look pretty good. Pelosi just reported some significant trades. Wasn't that the other day, as a matter of fact? Laptop Travel, I did see that. She sold some things and then rebought them. I saw somebody posting it somewhere. I forget. Maybe it was on the Cavino and Rich group in the Facebook. It could possibly have been there. I'm not exactly sure. I don't really remember, but I saw it on X too. I saw people talking about it. But yeah, she just posted some news, like some sells and some buys and some other things that she was up to. And let's see, 100 hours plus is your target for Marvell. So that's what Luis Rodriguez is looking at right there. And it does. It looks like it's going to get to that 104 area anyway. So I would say it tries to run up there. It might not be overnight, but it could continue to run. Or it could be a slowly but surely one that runs. And TGB, Tasco Mines or something. And here you go with this one, a copper mining in the top, not looking bad right there. So keep an eye on that. That's your gift from Laptop Travel. He said, grab it now is what Laptop Travel said. So here you go. That's his advice for you for this one. And let's see, MDAI here, Zach. Let's see what's going on over here. What is this? Oh, that's been running up. You were looking at this before. and it has AI in its name. It's getting into the top. You could spike up here, Zach. I'm not going to lie, up to 217. That would probably be your resistance. So keep an eye on that, but lock in profits on the way up clearly and rocket right here. This could be a good opportunity. You can see it trying to get back off of this trend line right here. I mean, that was played perfectly, Zach. I'd have to say, if you played it the way I called it, you played this thing textbook. And now it's getting set back up. Let it curl. I see it curling on the RSI. It doesn't necessarily mean I like them both to be in sync right there. So just let it do its thing. It'll probably bounce around a little bit. I don't see it popping yet unless they just get some kind of crazy news. And so yeah, that's what rocket companies looks like right there. And XLM, what is that? Isn't that Stellar? Is that what you're talking about right here? Good old Stellar, XLM. And let's see, isn't it over here? It's somewhere. There you go. There's Stellar right here, XLM. If this is what you're asking about right here, Zach, and it does look pretty stellar. This thing likes to run. We do know this one and Optimism. They run pretty big. Didn't they take Optimism off? I meant to ask them to put it back on. I did like to look at that one. I don't know why they removed it. But anyway, I have to ask them to put OP back on there. And I did like that one. And Stellar right here looking pretty good right there. Zach, if that's the one that you're referring to right there. SAML. This is a big one right here. This is an expensive one, but it does run huge, guys. Look at that thing. Up $87. They have earnings going on. And I don't even know what happened with their earnings, but it did run. Positive news is going to carry over today. And that's what Laptop Travel said about that. And there you go. And then Cadence, how are you? Starbucks reports in only, what's that? Any minute now. So SBUX, keep an eye on that one, guys, and see what it does. It doesn't look too bad right there going into them earnings in a minute or so, if you're saying. So, yeah, Stellar, yeah, it's not looking bad. Stellar looks pretty good right there, Zach. And so there you go. And let's see what else is going on. TGB, like I said, that's what Laptop Travel likes this morning. So keep an eye on that one. And let me see. Remember this afternoon, we're getting Meta, Tesla, and Microsoft. I did mention that earlier, but thank you, Luis Rodriguez, for reminding everybody. And at 2 o'clock, guys, we have the Fed rate. So they're obviously not going to lower the rate. You can tell right here, 99% chance that it's not getting lowered. I'd say it's not getting lowered. And that is what's happening today. So you can keep an eye on that. So, yeah, some big earnings coming up this afternoon. 2 o'clock, we have our Fed rate. And right now, the market looks like that. So, and crypto's not looking too bad right there. Gold going up. Silver just kind of hanging out. I think silver could be trying to top out like we've been talking about, to be honest with you. Gold doesn't look like it's topping out right now. It looks like, it's in the top, but it's still running. But I would be careful chasing it right at this moment going into the Fed rate. If you had calls going in last night, you'll be doing well this morning. Let's put it that way. So that's what it looks like in the market this morning. So I'll keep you guys posted. I'll be on in the Discord with Ben. He's back from vacation. So we'll be in there doing our live trading, keeping you guys updated and what's going on in the market. So any questions, feel free to shoot me a message on DM. I do respond to everybody. Let's look and see what our news says. Why does hedge fund veteran says investors should own both high-flying gold and the sinking U.S. dollar drop? S&P 500 on the brink of 7,000 in tech-powered rally, and the Fed is expected to hold rates, putting focus on cuts. And Fed meeting today. So there you go. The S&P Nasdaq futures gain ahead of that rate decision. So there you are. And DST is a sleeper play. Accumulate. That's a lithium play, according to Laptop Travel right here. So keep an eye on DST as well. What is it? DST? Oh, SDST. Okay. I thought that was a dollar sign. SDST. Oh, Stardust Power. I remember this guy. And so that's a lithium play, huh? I had no idea. So there you go. So we'll be keeping an eye on the good old Stardust Power to see when that wants to get some more power to run back up a little bit more. And thank you, Laptop Travel, for them ones. And keep an eye out. Laptop Travel has an interview at 9 a.m. So you guys can tune in for that one, and then we'll be doing our night show obviously tonight, and of course I'll be in the Discord. So there you are. Anyone has questions, like I said, feel free to reach out to me, and all information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence, and thanks for tuning in. Louis Rodriguez, Laptop Travel, Cadence, and Zach, and so many other people this morning, like Sam hanging out, and Mike Cavanaugh. Good morning to you, and everybody else that's tuning in, Robin driving to work, and everybody else that's hanging out. We're going to destroy the market. Like I said, we're just slowly but surely beating the market each day, picking out the calls that are going to run and work, and that's what we do best on this show and in this in our Discord, and we do turnover profits. So that is the main thing. Lock in those profits and trade smart, like I always say, and that's the main key to this. So that is what we have for you today. So goodbye, good luck, see you later, and have a great day, everybody.